Alright, this is just a short video, just showing people that, well, the suspension works on the Engwe S6. Well, obviously, as you can see, you know, this is the Engwe. I don't know if you'd be able to tell, but it is the S6. It's got a different front rim on because I bent the front wheel, so I've put on a Kugo M4 front rim. It's solid alloy instead of that crappy steel what they had. You can see I've got dents in my back wheel, in my rim, can you see? Got very slight dents. So anyone who's got one of these, just be careful, don't bounce up curbs or out. You can see the mine's a little bit off shape, can't you? Anyway, point is, I'm here to show the suspension working. You're telling me that's not suspension, that's working. You know, the rear suspension itself. And the front suspension's absolutely fine. I just hope you got that on the video, but I'll show you my front suspension. I don't know what people are on about. Apparently this suspension's a load of crap. Don't get me wrong, I'm pushing right on my weight, right over the front end, make that go right down, yeah? And, well, you don't ride like that, do you? You don't ride length over the fucking handlebars. So, if you're riding the scooter correctly, with your weight at the back, there's no problems. So, like I've said, I don't know what people are on about. Because, I can't see any fault myself. But yeah, that's all it was about. Just a quick explanation. This scooter has done quite a few kilometres now. 1,261, yeah. And that's it, right, warning, kind of, like now. You know, the suspension's warning and stuff like that. I've just absolutely whacked my toe there. I think I might have broken it, I don't know. I've only just done it, like literally just done it now. Nah, I'll be alright surely. But anyway, yeah, that's all I was explaining, was just showing you the Engwe S6, and the suspension is fine. So, to the ones who I was arguing with on YouTube, in your fucking faces, you know what I mean? Because there's nothing wrong with that scooter. I mean, you know what? It's quite robust. You can see that I've got a crack on my back indicator, like there, yeah. I've came off this scooter twice at full speed. Quite literally, like fucking maximum speed, 40-something kilometres, and then fucking bang. First time was the bolts were loose on the front wheel. You know, that's just maybe my fault. I should have checked them. It'd only done 100 miles, and front wheel literally came off. It jammed the disc in the between the caliper, shot me flying. I had to buy a new disc, put new disc on it, etc. And I hit a pothole, and my front rim actually completely folded and bent. So I put the Kugo M4 rim on. You can see it's way thicker. It's a way better designed rim. Do you know what I mean? You can see a mile off. A bit, to me, it needs a bit of a clean, but it's alright. But yeah, that's just showing the point that the scooter's there's no wrong with it. I've done 1,200 and whatever kilometres now, which is like how many miles is that? About 700 and Set about 780, something like that. And it's fine. I've gone through, that's my third back tyre. It burns through some fucking back tyres, like. You know, it's nearly gone out as well. But there's, I've got a brand new one. I've got a brand new one to put straight on, so no problems there, is there? They're only cheap, these. If you're careful, right, they can price these. That some of them are dodgy, right? The sellers are really, really like shocking. I've seen them priced up to like £36 for a fucking tyre. I mean, you know, £36 for a tyre, brand new. You can get a fucking car tyre, full sized, you know, 15, 16 inch bloody car tyre for that price. Do you know what I mean? So what makes them think that you're going to pay that for a 10-inch tyre? It's still rubber, just the same as anything else. It might have a softer compound on it, designed because of it being for a lighter weight, you know, machine. It'll need a bit more grip just because it's not as heavy. Do you know what I mean? So you want some better rubber on, whereas like car tyres can get away with having, you know, slightly harder rubber. You can have the softer rubber if you want, but you'll find that you'll go through tyres like there's no tomorrow. So, I mean, that tyre there, it's only done a couple of 100 miles, and it's fucking burnt out. It said they don't last at all. I thought it was like my motor braking, right? Do you know, like when I'm letting the throttle off and then as I'm pressing the brake, it's like braking the back wheel as well. But it turns out this doesn't have motor brake ability. So when I press my lever, there is no rear brake system, like motor braking system, you know what I mean? So, but the reason why it has the electric cables on the brake levers is for in case you've got your throttle on and you need to emergency brake and your throttle's still slightly on, it'll just cut the motor so you don't, you know, do anything, you know, crash into anything or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? But I thought it had like a motor braking system like my old scooter, but this one actually doesn't, which I was quite surprised at, and it still gets miles and miles and miles. So yeah, I think it's pretty good. I think it's great, to be fair. It's absolute sound. Only issue I've got is I find if I charge my scooter up and if I haven't rode it for a couple of days, it'll say, like mine's supposed to charge up to 54.6 volts, but it never charges up to that, and it never has done. It's always been like 53.3. But I bought a 4 amp charger instead of a 2 amp. That's what I've got here. Look. Let's have a look, see what we can read it. There, look, 54.6 4 amp. I bought that just to speed up the charging process, and that hasn't harmed my battery. That's been fine. That's been great. But yeah, point is anyway, I can't pick a fault with it, to be fair. I had an issue with my steering at the front, and you can see there's a small gap there, just at the edge there. Look, you see, there's a very small gap. Problem was like there was like a stem inside my steering, and that's the one fault I'll tell you. There's a little grommet inside your steering to lock to actually like lock all this mechanism still, so it fastens to the actual frame here. And it has like a grommet inside, and so obviously that had snapped. But I got it re-welded myself. The company refused to even send my replacement parts. They blamed it on me, saying it was my aggressive riding. I says, well, how do you know that? Like, how do you know that I was aggressively riding my scooter? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, where's the information come from? I wasn't aggressively riding it. I only ride it on the road. And as you can see, it's still in real good condition. You know what I mean? apart from the scrapes where I've came off. But yeah, the point is, I would try to do a fucking video instead of walking in. No, the point is, I can't fault it at the moment. The only thing what gets on my nerves a little bit is just the throttle. But that's just like with any scooter or bike what has a throttle. They all start aching your arms and whatever. That's just how it is. But yeah, for me, I cannot pick. That's the only fault what I picked was that bit of the stem. Other than that, everything's been absolutely spot on. The rear suspension, I will agree. Like these people who have tested these scooters, right? Like, oh, the rear suspension's rock hard and the front suspension's too soft. Yeah, but when you ride it, after a couple of months, you'll find that your rear suspension's absolutely fucking great. And your front suspension is just the same as it was before anyway. So, you know what I mean? Like, as long as you ride it properly, and if you ride it sat down, that rear suspension will start bedding in. And it's fine. I cannot pick a fault with it. Apart from these steel rims, they're just too soft. I don't like this extra lip they have. The extra lip they've got on the outside. I don't like that. That's where the weakness is coming from. That extra thin lip. It's just like, why have they made that bit there? Just to make it so it'll just fucking fold when you hit a hard bump. And this crease is here. And then it just goes bang and just bends inwards, you know what I mean? But that's the scooter. I mean, sorry about all the mess behind, but this is my room where we do most of our stuff. So, but he just wants a good clean, and I just can't pick a fault with it. Apart from, my headlight works. Unfortunately, yeah, there's another fault actually. The lights have stopped working on this side, and I've only got green on that side. That's possibly going out in the rain. But I have looked and checked inside after being out in a really, really heavy weather, and checked inside, and there's not one speck of water inside. So I have faith. This is like a waterproof scooter basically, apart from the fact that the lights have gone, which is a shame. But I'd say it was almost fully waterproof. I just wouldn't go submerging it underwater or something stupid. But yeah, it should be should last for some time. I expect to get at least another 4,000 or 5,000 kilometres on it. If I've still got it, and I think it'll still be going pretty strong. I think because all this board here and all this steering stem here, this part here, it's just all solid one piece. There's no fucking locking mechanisms and all that bull where it all fucking folds here. That's where it all becomes weak at the weak point there. Do you know what I mean? Having a folding mechanism there is the biggest mistake I could ever make. Because then that's the weak point of the scooter. Because that's where you put all your pressure on. All your pressure's on here for the steering and that. But yeah, I'm leaving the video at that, and I hope to listen to any of the messages that you've got to say, and I'll message back soon as I see them. But thank you for your time, and subscribe if you like what you've heard on the video. But thanks for your time.